Hello everybody and welcome to this Actor Thomas play review. Now today's video we are going to be talking about a play called 12 Angry Men. Now this play is set in I think 1957-1958 in New York, and it's a story of 12 jurors who have been sitting on this case of a young man who has supposedly killed his father by stabbing him, and it's all centred around the jury room in this court, and you have 11. Originally, you have 11 jurors who believe him to be guilty, and it's an open and shut case, and that he gets convicted and is sent to the electric chair. And then you have the 12th juror who doesn't believe it is so clear and that he may actually be innocent. So it's the entire play is each juror swapping, being convinced by other people, but maybe not being fully convinced, so they completely change their opinion on the case and thinking that the 18-year-old is guilty or not. Some people do change completely over. Some people don't. Some people are. You see that their opinions are being changed, and then also you have the other messages that are happening in this play, which are a lot more about the individual person, and maybe that the experience of being on this jury and deciding the fate of this young man does actually change them. There's some people in here that are quite wrapped up in their own lives at the start of the play, and by the end of it become a little bit more rounded and a little bit more self-aware of what they are and how they can affect other people. And the fact that it's a play that has obviously only really 12 characters and it's set in this one room and it really doesn't actually have any action happening in it apart from these 12 people just stuck in this very small room. There is an awful lot of character, powerful movement and journeys that are made, and I believe that is quite a wonderful thing that's happening. These characters are it's wonderful the way that the writer has made that. It's a fight. There are so few writers out there that can actually create that sort of scenario where you are in this very small confined space and you have the power to almost make the space that they're in as large as the world that everyone else inhabits, but they're in this very small room in this much larger court, and they have one person's life in all of their hands. And like I said, that's such a wonderful story. I would suggest, if you ever get a chance to go and see the play, please do. There is a number of there's at least one film that was done in the 1960s. If you go onto YouTube, there's a number of amateur dramatic shows on YouTube, which I find really interesting to watch, especially if I've never seen a play before. Going onto YouTube and finding the animated Andram versions of them really helps, and you get to see what they would look like on stage, and you can really enjoy that. So I find that really enjoyable, and I particularly found that really useful when I came to watch this play. I myself never performed this show before, but I have read it through when I was at university. like I say, it's a very interesting story. You wouldn't think it's an interesting story from the onset, but it's really clever. Really, the way it's written and the multi layers that you actually have to go through in this story, it makes you think about life in a completely different and new way than you'd ever would have thought beforehand, which, like I say, is a great testament to the writer. But yes, like I say, if you ever get the chance, please watch the film or watch the play, or even go onto YouTube and find the videos on there. Yes, so I've really, like I say, I would say this is a brilliant show to see. Even though none of the characters have names, they're all just Juror 1, Juror 2. You know, they are almost like they are blank slates that the world has. You can put your own opinions and own beliefs onto them in the show, and I think that's really clever. And you know, I just think you have to praise the performers that are in the shows that make these characters believable, because you're hardly given any information about them really in the show. So it's more down to that they're kind of individual actors that play individual parts. And obviously, depending on what you know, if you watch a number of different videos here on YouTube of the play, you would see the different characters being played drastically differently by different actors. And of course, that's the beauty of theatre anyway, and any of acting, is the fact that you get to, it's your own beliefs and your own acting and your own thought process that make these characters your own. But like I say, this show itself, because there is such a blank sheet for each character, you can project whatever you like and create so many more things from the smallest little bit of dialogue that no other actor would have may have picked up before. And I think that every time you see the show, it's almost like a brand new show every time. Even though it's the same dialogue and the same setting and same storyline, every single character is so completely different. So yes, I'm going to bring this review to an end. All I'm going to say is it's a superb play. So yes, please go out there, and if you get the chance, see it somewhere. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like or subscribe to my channel. If you like, you can always follow me on Twitter. The link's down below. You can also, if you would like, become one of my patrons down in the link down below. And as always, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.